Hello, everyone. Welcome to another daily stream. Some Beatbox TA stream. Happy Thursday to everyone. Week is almost over. And Bitcoin has been having some interesting price action here at this level between 67,500 and 69K. I'll show you why it's interesting. Where we try to break down the 67,514 bucks 3 times by now. We tried, sellers tried on Tuesday 28, then on Wednesday yesterday, and then today. And sellers have not been able to have a daily candle close below this level, which is a very real level. I'll show you guys where it's coming from. If you go to the past cycle, you'll see that this was the daily candle close of the second peak, of the November peak of the 2020-2021 bull run. So sellers have been testing this level and buyers have been stepping in, not once, not twice, but 3 times now. And they have failed to have a daily candle close below it. So there's definitely some demand here from market participants. We are 17 more minutes away in order for us to figure out if this will be a daily candle close. And you're working on your highest daily candle close since the 28th of May. So pretty interesting for Bitcoin. Also, if you go to the 3-day, negative momentum keeps decreasing. I think we're gonna have to be patient with this setup because it's on a 3-day time frame, and where you have a hidden bullish divergence when you have a lower low on the MACD histogram, it means the sellers tried their best efforts, that they had a lot of selling momentum, but on the price they couldn't push it below or near the previous low, which was this MACD low from January 28th. So that's still at play. As long as we don't start printing strong red negative momentum again and start working on probably on a second wave of MACD negative momentum, I think the momentum soon, within probably next week or this weekend, will turn green, and we'll have the play out of this hidden bullish divergence, which is a continuation divergence, as opposite to most common divergence, which are a reversion divergence. So we had the 3-day close yesterday. We had this bearish engulf, and I think this 3-day close, which will be on Saturday, is going to be really important. Is it Saturday? Yeah, Friday. I think it's going to be on, this 3-day close is going to be on Saturday. I think it's going to be important because if we don't confirm this bearish engulf, if we don't close below 67,640 bucks, this 3-day engulf will not get confirmed for the time being. Probably we're not going to start printing red negative momentum again on the MACD. So it's quite interesting what Bitcoin is doing up here, where it's really, you could say it's elevated. It's above $68,300. And the timeline on social media, it's really bearish in the meaning that there isn't much activity. Doesn't look that there is too much retail around. I think this move I'm going to have to fix this. Okay. like that. I think this moved somehow. Yeah. Besides from all those influencer scamming coins, the timeline's pretty silent at the moment. I think there's a lot of people that are still scared that we might get to see a bigger pullback that the one that we had in April. So I think that's perfect conditions for an up mark. You don't get those good BTC days when everyone's expecting them, or when the trade's too crowded. So to be a good setup for a breakout out of this descending channel here, potentially a reaccumulation range or a bull flag. I want to go to Bitcoin dominance because it's been doing things. The last thing that we saw on Bitcoin dominance was how strong on the 3-day was this bearish divergence that we had. That's currently playing out, or maybe played out by now, where you have this lower lows on MACD positive momentum, and you have this high highs on the BTCD chart. So the 3-day for now, it'll close in 2 more days, is losing negative momentum. And on the daily, it's what I want to show you. You may be working on some bullish divergence here for BTCD. I think it's like class C, when you have equal lows on the MACD, negative momentum, and you have a higher low on price. Plus, this could be a local double bottom here with this bullish hammer that we had, that we closed yesterday, and this big gap up that we had today. So that also could be a sign of maybe BTC gaining back strength and maybe getting prepared for a rally and outperforming most of the altcoins. And we'll see most likely 57% test again. As I said before, I think 57%, it's a strong level. And I don't think we're going to get 60% on Bitcoin dominance, because it has such a wide consensus on the timeline. And you know, when you have a trade that has too many market participants that agree on, you usually get a front run level, and maybe the 50% level, it's front run. So maybe we continue to see some Bitcoin outperformance. I'm sure some altcoins are going to outperform as well, but maybe to the majority of the market, Bitcoin will outperform. So that's your Bitcoin dominance, working on your highest daily candle close since May 20. Your MACD is at, it's losing negative momentum, and your RSI, it's at 47.47 points. So reaching the 50% key area, and we'll see if acts as resistance or we just blast through. How this divergence is looking on the MACD, I think we're going to revisit the highs on Bitcoin dominance. So yeah, you can still look for some outperforming alts, but it's just how the chart's looking. You're potentially going to engulf 3 candles in just one daily candle if we close like this in 10 more minutes. No good. No good for the long-waited altcoin season. I guess we're going to have to wait longer, and I think it probably makes more sense, because we need some more some froth on BTC. We need some higher levels, some 80, 90K. A lot of people coming back, and people probably going further down on the risk curve in order to see the true altcoin season that we've been waiting for. Although, if you go to the 2020-2021 cycle, you basically had a Bitcoin dominance bear market since the top in not since the top, but around the top of BTC on the bear market rally in 2019. Since September, you had quite a strong downtrend all the way until September, and then we have basically a retest of the highs or just a rally on BTCD from when Bitcoin started pumping until it topped in January. And Bitcoin in January was at like 30K or so. So a 50% higher than the previous all-time highs. So a 50% higher right now from 69K or 65K, it depends on where you want to measure it, gives you around a 90 or 100K Bitcoin in order to have this massive drawdown that BTCD had. So yeah, and it basically bottomed for the first time here for the Elon Musk dump that we had on Bitcoin. I think it started like May 12th or so. So yeah, around those dates, it's where BTCD started to bottom and start creating this range that reaccumulated and gave us this 18-month rally. So just food for thought. We're pretty close to the 200 simple moving average, and you have the bullish divergence cooking on the MACD histogram. So maybe time to stay in some Bitcoin or just not be so aggressive with the risky trades. Let's go to Ethereum. So Ethereum performing nothing like BTC today, actually having a red day, working on the lowest daily candle close since May 24th. Yeah, Friday 24. And it seems that I might be taking a little breather here since that BTCD setup that we just saw on the daily. It's probably not going to nuke, but maybe reaccumulate a little bit while BTC outperforms. Or maybe if BTC starts pumping like crazy, I'm sure Ethereum is going to pump as well, but maybe not as hard as Bitcoin. Let's take a look at ETH BTC here. Yeah, this is pretty bad. You have Confluence here for the Bitcoin dominance, bullish divergence. No divergence on the MACD histogram, at least not on the daily. To see the 3-day. So yeah, 3-day looks fine on the MACD, but regarding price action, you just couldn't have daily candle closes above this level that we talked about a lot, which comes from the 2017 basically cycle, which was a strong area of support and resistance where we bounced out of. It actually was visited again on June 2022, and now we're failing to break out above it. Maybe if we come back test here the 200 simple moving average, create a higher low, and then maybe we can start rolling. But I wouldn't take any heavy position on ETH or ETH beta maybe until we see this clear breakout out of this level. So confirming yesterday's bearish engulfing candle and maybe getting ready for rolling over. And you also have this bearish divergence on the RSI when you have a lower high here and a higher high on price. Okay, let's look at USDTD. USDT dominance. So not too much today. This could be potential spinning doji maybe of a small top here, but just basically an indecision candle on USDTD, like a long wicked candle with a small body, which basically tells you that market participants don't know yet or just today where the market's heading next. No divergence yet on the oscillators. Let's see what the 3-day is doing. So the 3-day is starting to build negative momentum out of this hidden bearish divergence that we talked about on stream, on where you have this lower low here, and you have a higher high on basically not a lower low, a lower high, and you have a higher high on MACD histogram. So yeah, let's take a look at the Bollinger Bands, because why not? Okay, so basically no edge, just sitting below the mid-range EMA, and had a back test and was confirmed as resistance on May 21st, and then just we've been slowly grinding up. So this could be, if we go maybe to a smaller time frame, maybe you're having a bear flag here, some kind, and then before coming down again. Okay, we haven't looked at total market cap in a minute. I want to take a look at that. So yeah, respecting a critical level as well, the same as Bitcoin here. The 2 trillion and 456 billion here, failing to close below it yet. Just losing positive momentum and working on your highest daily candle close since, let's see, since yesterday. So nothing burger. Looks pretty similar to, hold on 1 minute. Looks quite similar to the small doji, or the spinning doji that USDT dominance was painting on today. So yeah, just have some buying absorption today. We came all the way, we pumped from this level almost 2%, and just failed to maintain the level, and maybe working on a bullish engulfing candle. That would have been nice, because this bullish engulfing candle for Monday got invalidated with yesterday's candle, because you have a daily candle close below the opening of that green candle. So that's your total market cap. Let's come back here to the main page. I want to take a look at the Nasdaq today. So yeah, what is kind of concerning to me on the 3-day on the Nasdaq is that you have this hanging man pattern here, which is going to be confirmed on tomorrow's 3-day candle, which closes in 21 hours and 31 minutes. So this is a confirmation of this hanging man being real. So that's something that you don't want to see. And also, you could say you have some bearish divergence here from this on the 3-day here. So you have a higher high on price and a lower high on the MACD histogram. Even if you did it from here, it's just, so that's a little bit worrying. We may be in line for a correction on the TradFi on the technology stocks, maybe on Nvidia. It's probably, I want to see what's creating this pullback on the Nasdaq. It's probably Nvidia pulling back, right? Yeah. So Nvidia having a great bearish engulfing candle here. No edge on the oscillators. No bearish divergence at all. It just really elevated, and we may come slowly here to fill down this wicks to the 930 area or so. Let's throw some fib. Where do you even throw a fib extension from here? Because from here or from here, you know? Okay, so we're just going to throw it from here, from April 22nd. Let's see where we come down. We haven't even done a retracement on the Nasdaq, so yeah, I'll see tomorrow on stream again how the 3 days closing. So just sign of caution. Okay, the daily candle closed. Let's see if we failed to engulf the Coinbase. I think Coinbase engulfed. Is that real? Oh yes, yes Lord. Type in the chat. Bullish engulfing confirmed for Bitcoin on the USDT pair on Coinbase. We don't have it on Binance, but that's all right. Most of the volume today nowadays, I think it's on Coinbase, so that's what matters. Okay. Let's hope we don't invalidate this price action tomorrow. We confirm this bullish engulfing candle. That would be, we barely engulfed. That would be really nice. I think we engulfed for just a couple bucks. Let's see. Let's get really granular here. So we engulfed for like 15 bucks was the engulfing today. So yeah, I don't know. Let's see Finex or Bitstamp. I'm sure it didn't. No. So maybe Coinbase was the only one to engulf. Okay. Still cool that we're defending this level. And the 3-day looks poised for more upside. So hang in there. Right, let's look at some alts. I want to look at Bitcoin against the SPX because we did engulf here today. This is nice price action here. This might be too early, but we may be working on an inverse head and shoulders here. You got your left shoulder, big old head, and a right shoulder here. And this would be basically the neckline. I think I'll have to redraw it. Let's see. Yeah, like that. That's cool. That's pretty cool. So your target for this possible inverse head and shoulders is 15% above the neckline. It wouldn't give you all-time highs. It would almost give you all-time highs against the SPX. So shout out to crypto showing strength. Maybe decoupling. That would be super cool. And maybe start going into some zones that TradFi is already in. Price discovery, elevated, and crypto's just battling with the old cycle resistance. Okay, let's take a look at some alts, because some memes got wrecked today. I'll start with Sol. So Sol, working on your lowest daily candle close since May 26th, starting to build negative momentum on the MACD histogram. Let's see what the 3-day is looking, because so maybe this hidden bullish divergence, which is the same as BTC, which is not played out yet, will not play out in the immediate term. It doesn't mean that it's not going to play out, but but it might just wiggle here for a minute before printing those big green positive momentum bars. Because your daily, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of meh, if you could say so, because you had this bullish engulfing candle from Monday, and it hasn't been invalidated, it's just not the follow through that you want to see. You would want to see a confirmation of the bullish engulfing candle having a daily candle close above this close. So as long as it doesn't get invalidated, maybe this is going to chop for a while, as maybe Bitcoin sucks up the liquidity of the market again. We're maybe hoping this will turn into a higher low. Otherwise, you have all the way back down to basically 147, 148, or whatever this level, to put in another high low, and the trend will be intact. It will still be bullish on the daily time frame. I want to look at Sol ETH, because that was doing some things. So yeah, we've been talking about this potential wake up distribution schematic type 2, and maybe this being a lost point of supply here. Maybe, because this is what happens on phase D. You just get last point of supplies bounces until you come in down to a sign of weakness, and if you confirm a breakdown out of the sign of weakness, you start phase E. You change phase, which is the markdown. So really bad performance for Solana against Ethereum since the Ethereum rumors, ETF rumors came out, and basically since the ETF confirmation. Actually, I think the ETF confirmation like painted the bottom here around at the 200 simple moving average. But yeah, just, I don't know, indecision candle for Solana yesterday, and had your lowest daily candle close since basically Tuesday. So not much to say, not further development here. There's nothing I could give you. Just I'll see a 3-day, because why not? A 3-day hasn't moved yet much, and building negative momentum again. And wow, you have this wild bearish divergence that I haven't seen yet. We just have a big lower high on the MACD histogram, and you have almost an equal low. I guess you could say it's a lower high, but it's almost like an equal low. It's almost like a double top there, So not so many market participants on Sol ETH as on March, that's for sure. Okay, let's go to some memes, because it got wrecked. Okay, let's look at Pepe. So Pepe had a lot of selling yesterday, but it recovered, losing positive momentum. Still pretty elevated. I wouldn't have an edge here, and I wouldn't touch this on the daily because maybe you can have a setup on another time frame, a lower time frame, 5 hour, 4 hour, whatever. Let's look at Pepe BTC. Looks pretty similar. It's just correcting out of this big impulse. So you currently tested the 0.236 Fibonacci retracement level and had a reaction from it. A nice reaction. Some absorption. So if this actually turns out to paint a bottom here, just test it, just gives you a test of the 2.36 of the 0.236, and then it just keeps climbing higher and goes to put in another high or whatever. It just starts reaccumulating above this Fibonacci level. Then it's really strong uptrend. It's a signal that buyers are just really interested in this asset. We're going to do the same for a USD pair. Always interesting to see what happens. Okay, whiff. So whiff, I had the risk. So I took out some risk, some whiff longs that I had from below here. So I made a profit, but I had to do what a technical trader does, which is this potentially failed as a 3 rising valleys pattern, because you have this 3 higher lows. I mean, this 3 higher lows is correct, and then you have this breakout line, which was the high from May 6th, and this is where actually, if you are going to trade the technical setup exactly, this is where you take the trade when you have a daily candle close above of the breakout line, which is here, basically 3.7, 3.69, whatever. And then yesterday we had this nasty looking bearish hammer, maybe just not confirming a top, but you can always pull out a single candlestick pattern and just immediately reverse, But then today we had follow through, and we came back down inside of this range below the breakout line, had a daily candle below, daily candle close below. And if you also thought that maybe the daily candle close here from here was the breakout line, then we had a daily candle close below that one too. So I don't care what whiff does here. It could go sideways, straight up, straight down, whatever. But until we don't have a daily candle close above this level again, I don't think we have the technical setup for going long on it again, unless something new develops. I also want to show you something. It's pretty cool. This is whiff against Sol. So I had this top drawn out from, I think from here, from May, early May or whatever, and then we came exactly to this level and reversed. So we may need to see some reaccumulation, maybe an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Left, maybe this is the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. If it gives you that, then I'm going to be long and strong again on whiff. But for the time being, I'm protecting my capital in case that this turns out to be a swing failure pattern. because I had a lot of exposure to WIF. I'm still holding some WIF, but and also you have this hidden bearish divergence here. It's not confirmed yet because it could start printing positive momentum again. But you have this top from here, which was a small positive momentum bars, and then this big positive momentum here, which turned out to be a lower high. Also, with against Pepe here, you had a bearish engulfing candle yesterday. We'll see if this turns out to be just another lower high from this downtrend that's been in. I guess time will tell if this bearish engulfing candle gets confirmed, but for the time being, I de-risked some exposure to my WIF longs. Still made money, but if I'm trading a technical pattern, then I have to respect that pattern and not just insist on it while it's giving me different signals. And I didn't take profit into USDT. I took profit into Bitcoin. So my backs are going up either way, I think. All right. So what else? Let's look at ENA. ENA, it's been having some interesting price action here. So I left this drawn a few days ago, or maybe the potential path when ENA was above here, and we didn't get the breakout. But we're starting to see something really interesting here on ENA. We may be looking at this chat, the good old Pepe inverse head and shoulders playbook. My God. I'm thinking I'm going to have to clip this stream and put on a video and come back to this stream in a few more days and make a clip out of this video, how we basically identify this long basically the damn near bottom. We're not sure yet because we only had just one candle, reversion. We haven't had like a more of a confirmation of the inverse head and shoulders. But if we wanted to speculate, we can take a look at it like this. So yeah, I think that's pretty safe to say that's the neck. And to make it wider, thicker. So you have your measurement to the bottom of the head, 30%, 30% from the neckline is at around here, basically 1.2 bucks. $1.22 basically. So I'm going to leave this drawn for sure. You know how I'll go. I like to look at things where no one else is paying attention. So if you wanted to take this long here, again, we don't have a confirmation that this is the low, but it might as well be, I would maybe like it to come down a little bit further here to retest this low. But if it actually, you could do it like that if you wanted to speculate on this one being the low, or even if you do it like this, it's still worth to maybe go in now because it's higher than a 3 risk to reward ratio is 3.6. So we're going to leave that like that on ENA. Pretty cool. Let's look at ENA BTC, maybe giving us some more. So this is the level for ENA BTC or ENA. We don't have that that embarrass head and shoulders here on ENA BTC. We just have basically a bearish structure, where you have basically not a, yeah, you could say this is the lower low, but you have a lower high, then another lower high, then another lower low, then this is definitely a lower high than this one. So until you put in a higher low, maybe from here to here, then this trend will maybe continue bearish. And here you can see on the small data, on the short data that we have, you see a hidden bearish divergence on the MACD histogram, which is a continuation divergence for a bearish trend against the Bitcoin. So you might want to see some edge on ENA BTC before getting too excited. Let's look at render. So render close on the lowest daily candle close yesterday since May 26. Starting to look a little bit distributive here, not gonna lie. Probably followed the Nvidia sell-off. It just didn't follow the the rally up, I guess. I want to look at render BTC. So yeah, I don't know if this low is going to get confirmed. Also, bearishly engulf Bitcoin, and who knows when. It's crazy that we identified this top here and said was probably going to sell off live on stream here. So if you had some render, maybe you'd risk some. I think I'm on the longer trend here. Maybe we'll put in another low around the 200 simple moving average, but I'm waiting on this setup maybe to play out of render against BTC, and if we lose this lower end of the channel, then I don't see any point of holding render BTC here. But it's just a clear double top here. We haven't come down all the way to the neckline, but it doesn't look as good, Maybe it does something like this here. I did in April 2023. That comes down a little bit from this potential double top here. It looks pretty similar. It took more time, and then you just go in for that run. Okay, what else? What else can we look at? Okay, let's look at some wild stuff. Bonk. Sheesh. Yeah, Bonk took a beating, probably a harder one than with. A lot of people took profits. You're just too elevated. There's nothing that you can do here. You have a clear level here. You may be respecting, but yeah, I wouldn't touch this unless you're already really in profit because you longed from the right shoulder and whatever, and you're just going to ride it or leave the stop loss neutral. I wouldn't touch this until you see a clear setup for the upside or the downside. Maybe the risk to reward is it's better for a downside here because you might have some bearish divergence here. No, you don't. I thought it was the hour high. You just have. You may have some. No, because the trend's not bearish. Yeah, you may have a bearish divergence here from this high to the other high, if I think about it correctly, because you didn't put in as much of a higher high on the MACD histogram positive momentum, and you did a crazy high on price. This is bonk against whiff. So yeah, maybe reversing bonk again against whiff. You know, you had a higher high. You don't have like a discernible swing high here. You could probably call this one. It took like 3 candles or 4, but you have a higher high here and you have a higher low. So maybe the tide is shifting for bonk against whiff. We'll see. I wanted to look at Arbitrum against Ethereum because I wanted to look at the worst performing asset on history here. God damn. Hurts my eyes. ENA against Ethereum. This might be interesting. So we bullishly engulfed. Did we? Yeah, yesterday. And maybe we reclaimed this level here. So maybe this is a deviation. We'll see. Because the day before on Tuesday, on Wednesday, you had the lowest daily candle close for ENA against Ethereum ever. And you've been testing this level twice now. So maybe it holds. Maybe it holds. Let's look at something else. Pepe against Ethereum. I'm sure this has a bearish divergence on the MACD histogram here, where you had a lower high on momentum and then a higher high on price. Probably Ethereum is going to outperform Pepe for the time being. It's really hard on calling tops and things that run into price discovery, but just you have to be looking for weakness and know when to touch the asset or when not to touch it. Uni Uni against Ethereum, actually failing to engulf yesterday, but currently sitting above the 200 simple moving average. So just elevated here. No time to position yourself. Maybe positioning was below here when you saw this ranging, and then maybe this higher low. Okay, let's look at some more alts, and then I'm going to be out for the day. What do we want to look at? Let's see if there's something interesting here. Spinning Doji on OXO. Caspa didn't engulf. Tia, yeah, might need a little further development. Dime just makes me sick to watch it. Let's look at this meme that's been doing. Yeah, and basically maybe everything that the other memes are doing. I want to entertain possibility. I know memes have been the clear winners of this cycle, this left curve cycle, if you could say so, because a lot of BC scams are around with huge valuations, and people just don't want to pay for vaporware anymore and would rather just buy a meme coin out of a dog or a cat or whatever. But maybe we see, if we get a breakout on Bitcoin, maybe we see something like that happen in October, when we saw a flight to quality in the sense that a Link pumped, Solana pumped. Those were like the first movers. Then some AI coins. Um, I think those were like the best performers. And then I think, well, definitely, I think Pepe and Wift pumped hard, but I think it was like in December, you know? It wasn't like in October that started the rally. So maybe if Bitcoin starts rallying, we're going to see some good majors run first, and meme coins just maybe reaccumulate before having their crazy run. I'm not saying meme coins are done for the cycle. Not in any way. I think they're going to perform crazily good. Speaking of which, talk about Doge. It has that 3-day hidden bullish divergence here, but on this day, and the current 3-day candle, it has 2 more days to go, it's starting to print red negative momentum candles again. So that's something you don't want to see. I mean, most definitely you can, then the following candle, if you print a hard red negative momentum candle, you can you can print a soft red afterwards, sure, but it makes you cautious and wonder if maybe negative momentum is going to start building up again, and maybe throw this hidden bullish divergence out of the window, and maybe just maybe sellers are in control for real in Doge. Makes you wonder. Everything red for the opening. I saw a setup on Rollbit here, but I haven't taken it yet because I tried like logging into the web page, and it didn't work. I don't know what happened. I couldn't log into Rollbit, and I was like, oh, I'm bearish on a coin that basically can use this web page. I don't know if it was problem my computer or whatever, but that's why I disregarded. But I have a setup here on Rollbit because why? Because you have this crazy bullish divergence on the MACD histogram, where you have lower lows and higher lows on the MACD histogram. So your potential target is for this significant inflection point, 13 cents, basically, whatever that target is, you can look at it there. But it might be worth entertaining, since maybe focus is going to drive away from memes for a while, if we see those cool off continue to develop until we see some reaccumulation or maybe some higher lows across the board on memes. Bitcoin green on the day. Whiff 2. Just nothing's moving much yet. We'll see tomorrow. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you like the videos, and leave me a comment on whatever you would like to see more or less. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.